Have you ever wondered why certain family members always seem to take center stage while others fade into the background or bear the brunt of criticism? What if the roles that you and your family members played were not just random, but part of a larger unspoken script written by a narcissist? If you find yourself feeling overshadowed, competing for attention, or like an outsider who's never fully included, you might be dealing with a narcissistic family system. I've spent the last 20 years researching the deep connection between self-worth and narcissistic relationships. As a coach, author, and someone who's lived through these challenges, I understand how these roles do more than shape your life. They also end up defining your self-worth. Narcissistic families function like a carefully orchestrated play where each member is cast into a specific role that meets the narcissist's emotional or psychological needs. These roles are crucial for maintaining the narcissist's sense of control, affirming their self-image, and creating a family dynamic that revolves around them. In this video, we'll look at the 7 key roles found in every narcissist family, how each role benefits the narcissist, and the effect each role has on your life. Keep in mind, these assignments aren't exclusively for biological children. Anyone within the narcissist circle of influence is fair game. This could include stepchildren, grandchildren, cousins, and even friends of the family. It's also possible to be tasked with more than one role, finding yourself moving from one role to the next. Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, it's never good enough for one of your parents? This is the role at the center of every narcissistic family dynamic, the narcissistic parent. These parents crave constant attention, validation, pity, and admiration, and wield control with a severe lack of empathy for their own children. The narcissistic parent sees you not as someone with your own rights and feelings, but as an extension of themselves. And that's why they cast you into a specific role. They didn't see you as a distinct person with your own needs. Instead, they see you as a tool to be used to get their own needs met, whether it's to endlessly admire them, to pity and console them, or to bear the brunt of their frustrations. Accepting that your parent fits the role of narcissistic parent can be uncomfortable, but it's essential. This isn't about labeling people, but about understanding the overall dynamic and how each person served a piece of the puzzle. Is there someone in your family who always seems to be perfect, no matter what, especially in the eyes of the narcissist? This is often the hallmark of the golden child, who's an idealized version of the narcissistic parent, placed on a pedestal and expected to meet impossibly high standards. The golden child is seen not just as a family member, but as a protege or a representative of the narcissist's self-image, someone that the narcissist has crafted or can take credit for. They're chosen for this role not because they're inherently better or more deserving than anyone else, but because they serve the narcissist's need to project an image of superiority over others. Accepting the reality of the golden child, especially if you were not in this role, is crucial. It's important to understand that this favoritism was not about genuine worth. It was about meeting the narcissist's emotional or status needs. At the same time, if you were the golden child, it's important to understand that this role was very challenging as well. It often comes with immense pressure to perform and a fear of losing the narcissist's favor, which can lead to significant stresses and identity struggles. If this was your role, it's important to recognize that your worth is not tied to meeting impossible standards and to find your own path to self-worth. Have you ever felt invisible within your own family, as if your needs and presence barely register on anyone's radar? This is the experience that's typical for the lost child, sometimes called the invisible child, who tends to be overlooked, fading into the background as more dominant family dynamics take center stage. The lost child keeps quiet and tries to cause as little fuss as possible. This behavior isn't just a result of neglect. It's a survival strategy in a household dominated by a narcissistic parent. By becoming self-reliant and unobtrusive, the lost child avoids the narcissist's direct criticism and volatility. This adaptation benefits the narcissist by maintaining their sense of control and allowing them to focus their energies on family members who either openly challenge them or more directly feed their ego. Understanding this role involves seeing your invisibility not as a sign of lack of importance, but as a coping mechanism in response to this unique challenge of your family environment. Have you ever noticed someone in your family who consistently protects the narcissistic parent from the fallout of their own behavior? This crucial role is played by the enabler. The enabler is not just a bystander, but an active participant who justifies, defends, and often covers up for the narcissist, preventing them from facing the natural consequences of their actions. The narcissist relies on the enabler to maintain the illusion of normalcy and superiority within the family and to the outside world, smoothing over conflicts and covering up any issues that might tarnish the narcissist's image. The enabler is more dangerous than they appear because by supporting the narcissist, they allow toxic behavior to continue unchecked, perpetuating a cycle of abuse and manipulation within the family. Understanding the role of the enabler is crucial. It sheds light on how they often do the narcissist's dirty work under the guise of being noble. By enabling harmful behaviors to continue within the family, they contribute to the ongoing dysfunction and emotional damage. Do you ever find yourself trying to smooth over conflicts to keep the peace at any cost within your family? This role, known as the peacemaker, is common in narcissistic dynamics where you feel compelled to mitigate disputes to avoid escalation and to maintain a facade of harmony. The peacemaker bears the weight of keeping the family unit seemingly intact, often at the expense of their own emotional needs. This role benefits the narcissist by keeping conflicts hidden under a falsely calm facade, affirming the narcissist's self-image of control and superiority. In contrast to the enabler, who's driven by the desire to maintain their own status and benefit from the power dynamics, the peacemaker simply wants to avoid conflict and create a more peaceful environment within the chaos. They end up spending their time soothing tensions, putting out fires, arbitrating arguments, or calming down the narcissist to prevent more flare ups. In doing so, they often suppress their own needs in order to maintain peace, leading to emotional exhaustion and a lack of assertiveness. Have you ever noticed people in your family who go out of their way to support and defend the narcissist, even spreading rumors or gathering information on their behalf? This role is referred to as a flying monkey. Like the characters in Wizard of Oz, flying monkeys are sent out by the narcissist to do their bidding, often without fully understanding the true nature of the narcissist's behavior. Flying monkeys are essential to the narcissist's strategy. They help to enforce the narcissist's will, spread their narrative, and isolate their targets through smear campaigns and manipulation. The narcissist relies on flying monkeys to validate their perspective and to create a network of control, making sure that their version of events prevails. Unlike the enabler, who justifies and excuses the narcissist's actions within the family, flying monkeys actively participate outside the family in the narcissist schemes by gathering information, spreading misinformation, and manipulating others to further the narcissist's agenda. Recognizing the role of the flying monkey is crucial for protecting yourself. By understanding their tactics, you can set boundaries, see the situation clearly, and maintain your sense of self and well being. Have you felt like you're the one who's always blamed for everything that goes wrong in your family? This role is known as the scapegoat, and it's central to the narcissist family dynamic. The scapegoat serves as the family's blame bearer, absorbing the narcissist's frustrations by being the target of their emotional and psychological abuse. The scapegoat endures constant criticism, unfair blame, and isolation, which can severely impact their self worth and mental health. This relentless scapegoating instills feelings of inadequacy and guilt, making it difficult to see one's true values and capabilities. However, it's important to understand that the scapegoat is often the biggest threat to the narcissist. This role holds significant power because through your resilience and truth telling, you have the potential to disrupt the narcissist's control and manipulation. Recognizing yourself as the scapegoat can be a painful yet empowering realization. It means acknowledging the abuse that you've endured, but also understanding the strength that you possess. By embracing this role, you start to reclaim your self-worth and challenge the toxic dynamics that have held you back, paving the way for healing and personal growth. Understanding narcissistic family dynamics is crucial for anyone who's trying to gain clarity about their past, especially if you've been cast into the role of scapegoat. But to stop yourself from repeating this pattern, it's even more important to learn how to spot a narcissist in everyday conversation. And if you know what to look for, you can spot them within seconds. So click this video next to learn the 5 ways to spot a covert narcissist in conversation to make sure that you're always one step ahead.